Hello everyone, so it's 26th of September and I study mostly set theory today. My nani was going to her home, yeah. So I spent most of my morning there. I gave few tests, little bit of mock, but I think that the last 3 4 days I have been giving mocks, and now it's time to analyze those mocks and find what mistakes I'm doing. So I would be analyzing more of it, and the next thing is that I would be completing the rest of syllabus that is left. So permutation and combination is there, PNC and probability. Although these topics don't come much, but I'll like read the basic things of it, practice few more questions on it, so that if any easy question comes through this section or in DILR part, if some portion is required, then it becomes easier for me to understand that thing. Next is the geometry part, mensuration and geometry. Mensuration part is mostly formula based, and I can only solve that if I have extra time. If I find that question really easy and it would be easily done in 2 to 3 minutes, then that would be a good part to do. But my major focus would still be on arithmetic and algebra and specific topics on that. Specifically, like log is a very great topic to have. It comes on a regular basis. Then inequality based question, function based questions are most common in the paper. Then we have arithmetic topics like profit and loss. There is always one question from profit and loss or percentage. Then simple interest, compound interest, or basically the format in which installments are given. So this is one major question that comes. Time, speed, distance. Majorly question comes from that question too. Then I think APGP based questions sometimes comes in the passage, like in quant section, and uh, I think in geometry mostly I see circles and triangles, and sometimes topic are related to trapezium, but it is very rare. I think mostly it's circle and triangles. Then I think number system, it's basically one or two questions, and in mocks it's usually higher because then they want to make a score low, but generally one or two questions in from number systems, and they are like doable, so not that difficult. Sometimes they require extra time and effort to do so. In all, I should be able to complete at least 10 to 12 questions within like 25 or 30 minutes. Then only I can expect a good marks. And for that to happen, the question must be completed in like 1 or 2 minutes. Because after giving like VARC section and then LRDI, and if something gets screwed in those two sections, then the only section left is quants, and people try to overdo it to overcompensate what they have lost in the previous two sections. And by the time you are done with those two sections, your brain stops working as effectively as it used to be. So you won't be going to solve any difficult question in the paper at that day, even if you practiced a lot. But I guarantee that solving any hard problem in the paper is just won't gonna happen. And if at all I solve those questions, that would be taking time, and so I would be reducing some time from the question that I can solve. So that's one thing. So most focus would be arithmetic and algebra, and I think arithmetic and algebra topics are quite doable. Uh, yes, there are sometimes very difficult topics like for time, speed, distance. There is a lot of difficult topics that come. Time work is an easy concept that can be picked. Then I think mixtures and alligation, sometimes very difficult questions found, but mostly it's easy. Uh, then we can have ratio proportions or like averages. So these two topics are easy in paper mostly. Um, with algebra, I think quadratic equation comes more. Like one question at least comes from quadratic, but it's mostly with log and functions and APGP type based questions. So these are questions that comes in quant, and that's fixed in the paper. Uh, so if I am like having good practice in these topics and I know that these are my strong topics, I definitely know that I can at least crack 10 questions if the paper is hard, and that would be fetching me around 30 marks, and my accuracy is quite good in quant. So I know that if I do 10, then most cases 9 would be correct and 1 would get wrong. So uh, as I said that my target was to get at least 10 questions correct by the end of August. Then it's end of September, but it's not yet accomplished. So I would be uh, focusing like getting at least 10 questions right in quants, side by side improving the LRDI part and VARC part. Uh, I think the next 10 to 15 days would be really crucial, like 20 days at least. If I am getting above 70 in the mocks, that is after this, uh, then it's a good attempt to at least study more. Otherwise, I think I would be wasting one of my attempt, and it won't be as much fruitful as I want it to be. So yeah, the next 20 to 30 days would be really essential for me, and my target would be to at least score something in range of 70 to 80 uh, by 15th of October or say 20th of October. And if I'm not able to score close to that, let's say my score is along the lines of 60, then I can surely say that I won't be able to increase it to 100 with like no much time, not much time left with my hand. So uh, let's see what I can do, how I can improve my scores, and hopefully uh, hope is the one thing that I can carry. So yeah, that's all for today. Hope to see you tomorrow.